a special guest, the woman behind the scenes, catching all the scenes. And this is my videographer, my mom, Erica Anderson. You can follow her. Her tag will be down in the description below. So as you can see from the title, today I am going to be a reporter. I'm going to be a reporter. Basically, I'm just going to be asking my mom a few questions. I promised you guys this maybe like 2 or 3 videos back that I would let you guys know a little bit more about her story and her fitness history. Some of you may know, some of you may not know a little bit about her background. But we're going to do this real quick video for y'all so y'all can have understanding. And this more so is to bring awareness to people who may suffer from similar conditions as she does. And just to know that, you know, fitness does play a part into, you know, helping you have a better quality life no matter what life throws at you. So we are going to hop into this interview. Before we hop into these questions, I'm going to let her say hey real quick. Say hey to the people.
Hey, people.
See, she doing too much already. Okay, so I'm gonna throw this out here. She is a character. So I'm just gonna put out the disclaimer. I am not liable for whatever come out of her mouth for the remainder of this video. Okay, so don't hold it to me. Everybody know with your parents, you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell them nothing. You gotta let them do what they gonna do. So we're gonna get into a couple questions. First off, the first question I have for you, ma'am, is what was your fitness experience or a fitness life like, or what experience did you have with fitness as a kid? Like, did you play sports? Like were you always outdoors or something like that as a kid? And then we're gonna get into what was your fitness life like before you have the condition or had the condition that you have today.
Okay.
Take it away.
Okay, well, my fitness life when I was a kid was, I'm a 80s baby. So we were forced to go outside. There wasn't no video games. Well, it was Nintendo and Atari, but we went outside. We played with everybody in the neighborhood. We played basketball, baseball. You know, we were very outdoorsy kids. So I did everything. I even lifted weights in middle school. I ran track in high school. I did a lot. I was very physically active, and that was more so because I had 3 brothers. See, I'm the only girl, so I would always be doing something with the boys. So whether that was playing football, basketball, baseball, whatever, I was always physically active, and I come from a very physically active family anyway. So yeah.
All right, so before, like, okay, we say you were playing sports. So she was playing sports as a kid. She was, you know, getting the stuff. I think we grew up the same way. We're from Bessemer, Alabama. All right, so you don't know what Bessemer, Alabama is. It's a little country. It's a little hood. It's a little mix of everything.
Right outside Birmingham,
Nobody
Alabama.
knows Bessemer.
Well, in Bessemer, we call it Belma. But, you know, because I had Melvin Nevins as an English teacher in high school, I put my S's in Bessemer.
Y'all, she just put them in holes up.
So, yes, Mr. Nevin didn't play. He did not play about enunciation. Let's get all the syllables in the literature.
Well, we still country. Yeah. And so basically Bessemer is right outside of Birmingham. If you don't know, there's really not much to do. I think there's like one YMCA, like off, like it's not technically even in Bessemer.
It is.
Like one YMCA. I never really knew about it. Like we would pass by it coming from church and stuff like that. But basically nothing really much to do. So you're gonna go outside, you're gonna play.
Right.
And so okay, after like childhood years, what was your fitness life like before you were diagnosed with your condition? And we're gonna get into what the condition is in a minute.
Well, before, in my young adult life, I was very active. I didn't require a lot of help with like moving furniture, doing yard work, throwing sheetrock, anything that required physical activity, I loved. I never shied away from anything that caused me to use my muscles, my legs, just because I was a girl. I was very physically fit, and 9 times out of 10, even though I had my 3 brothers, I did a lot of the jobs on my own. They were always late, y'all. They show up to everything late. But I would have to, you know, cut my parents' grass, cut my grass, cut the church's grass, you know, and I would lift the lawnmower up in my dad's truck. So I was always, you know, very physically fit. And yeah.
So y'all, that's what going to the gym is investment.
Yeah.
You know, cutting grass.
Yeah, I didn't have no gym membership.
I'm about to be so true. We did not have a gym investment.
No.
So basically, you wasn't like going to the gym. You wasn't doing like workouts. You were just doing a lot of stuff that required a lot, like very intense physical.
Exert a lot of energy.
Okay.
A lot of work with your legs.
And y'all,
and
she used to
lifting.
do too much, like.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hate moving, right? But we would move, like, if we move from one place to the next, this woman is over here lifting whole couches, trying to carry couches by herself, trying to carry dressers, like, that require help.
Yes.
Enough to blow her back out, y'all. She was just doing entirely too much.
Right.
All right, so the question that the people want to know, everybody want to know is, what exactly, because we've been saying, okay, before your condition, before this. All right, so what exactly is your condition? When were you diagnosed? Or like, when did you, I'm going to try to keep it brief. When did you first start feeling symptoms of your condition? And when were you diagnosed, and exactly what is your condition?
Okay, I first started feeling symptoms of my condition, I would say in July of 2010. And then it took them a while because they did not know exactly what I had. I went through so much with that. I know we're going to go into that in further details. But it took them almost 2 years after my first initial symptom to diagnose me with the condition that I have. So that condition, the old name for it is RSD, or reflex sympathetic dystrophy. But in today's layman's terms, they call it CRPS, which is complex regional pain syndrome. So yeah, that's the condition that they
and so for those of y'all that don't know, this is under the branch of autoimmune disease.
Yes.
So this is one that I don't know if a lot of people know, but ones that you may know is like lupus. Like a lot of people hear about lupus.
MS.
That's an MS. Those are common autoimmune diseases.
Lou
And
Gehrig's.
this is another one. All right. So what exactly how did that disease, what exactly does that disease do
to the
body, and how did it affect you and like your actual physical health?
Well, it slowed me down tremendously. RSD is a condition of your nervous system, and what it does is it makes the body thinks that it's continuously in pain. So it fires off these pain receptors or pain signals to your brain, which causes your body to stay in constant inflammation. Your joints, your spine, everything is affected. Even the circulation of blood on my entire right side is very slow. So it causes a lot of inflammation. And what it did was it completely stopped me in my tracks with any sort of physical activity because I couldn't move. So yeah, it completely, destroyed my quality of life. And I wasn't as physical. I had no physical activity. I didn't do too much of anything once I was diagnosed with this disease.
So, y'all, to give y'all a little background on, the light went out, y'all. We just gonna turn it right back on.
I still look good, though.
The show goes on.
Yes.
All right.
Hey.
So, give y'all a little bit background on what she's talking about, like having no quality of life, and having not really any physical activity. So when she first got diagnosed, she was doing okay, but you could start to see the decline really fast after going through countless treatments, experiments, being guinea pigs, because the thing with autoimmune diseases is they don't have a cure. So basically, if you're diagnosed with these type of diseases, you kind of have to figure out, well, how can I continue to live my life with being in pain, you know? And that's just something that's just, you know, it takes a strong person to really push through it. And the reality of the situation is that most people really don't make it, because you know, they give you so many pain medications, they try to take you through so many experiments that only ends up making your condition worse. And then it puts people in the medicine puts people in deep rooted depressions, and a lot of people actually end up committing suicide because it just becomes unbearable. So that's another important reason why I wanted to do this video, to shed light on that too. And I'm sure there's people who may be suffering from the same disease, who may have an autoimmune disease, and if you don't, well, it's good for us to be educated so we can figure out, well, where can I donate? How can I help? How can I learn more about these things? Because there's a lot of people all over the world that are suffering from this. So I digress. Back to what I was saying, like in terms of her physical health and how that started to decline, she couldn't, it went from she could barely walk. She needed a cane. They thought she was gonna have to start with the walker, and then it went to, okay, she may be in the wheelchair for the rest of her life. And she couldn't drive. She couldn't bathe herself. I'm 14 in the whipping up the streets. I'm like, because I'm the oldest of 4. So I was like, okay, well, you know, I gotta help. And we're in Texas, and all of our family, we moved to Texas. We're in Texas, and all of our family was in Alabama, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, gotta get to the doctor's appointment. We gotta do this, we gotta do that. Have to help her bathe, all of that type of stuff. So quality of life just went completely downhill. So what would you say was your turning point? Because I think I know what you're gonna say, like when you stop taking as much medication and stuff like that. So what would you say was your turning point in your physical health?
Well, what you said, I physically, and I came to a decision one day that I was going to take control of my physical health, because I felt like the doctors, all that they were doing were just constantly prescribing me more and more meds. It even got to the point where they wanted to do a morphine pump inside of me, just to get my pain levels down. And my mother was highly against that. Yes, my mother was like, they've done enough to you. They've done so many countless surgeries and all that. They're not going to put that inside of you. So I had to physically make the choice to start a withdrawal process to get off. You know, I was on 18 plus drugs like 3 to 4 times a day, even all the way up with ketamine. So I physically made the thought process. I made a decision to wean myself off of all those drugs, and it took about 6 months. And during that 6 months, I saw my daughter Alexis. She would go work out. She would go work out with a friend. She would always come back home. Yeah, shout out to Steven. She would always come back home, and she would be so full of energy and just so full of life. And you know, at some point, I was envious of that, because I remember the days where I used to be full of energy, and I used to love not necessarily going to work out in a gym, but just having that the mobility to be able to, you know, drive, or to go up the stairs in my house, or to, you know, just have energy enough to do basic things, go to the store. That's something that a lot of people take for granted. But I could not even, I would get short-winded just even going to the store, like even walking. Walking was hard for me. So what I did was I asked my daughter, I said, you know, I want to try to build my muscles back up, because I had suffered from atrophy. On my left arm, it was getting smaller. My right arm was always big. But I was trying to, I couldn't even lift a gallon of milk. So I sat down with her, and we decided to, you know, put me in some type of exercise program, because I had done a chiropractor, I had done physical therapy, I had done hydrotherapy, which is in the water. I had, you know, run the gamut of things I could do to try to strengthen my muscles and get back some range of motion and quality of life. But honestly, until I started working with her and she became my personal trainer, I did not see the results. The person that you see today, and the liveliness that you see today is because of the training that I got from her. And not many people understand the difficulties that come with training someone who has an autoimmune disease, and specifically this disease, because you tire very quickly, you fatigue very quickly, and and you have to have rest days in between because you deplete your body of all energy that you have. But that was my turning point. I mean, I maybe went into a little bit more detail, now I'll probably go into more detail, but my turning point was when I weaned myself off of all of the narcotics, all of the pain creams, just all of the drugs that the doctors were giving me to take to kind of desynthesize the symptoms in my body. It wasn't doing much. So what really helped me was becoming more physically active. And I know that's crazy to say, but it actually did. It helped me mentally, where I was not as depressed. I would get up and I would want to go, even if I was swollen or hurt or just didn't feel like I wanted to go. I needed to go work out just to make myself feel better. So that's when my the turning point for me started, when we started working out.
Yeah. So I would agree. Same when me and my mom started working out together, we were going to like a fitness connection, and that would be like our thing. We would either go, because at this point I was in college, like my first year of college.
Right.
So she had already been dealing with the disease for, what was it, 2 or 3 years prior to that?
It was more than that.
Like 4 years.
4 to 5 years, yeah.
Oh, god dang.
Yeah,
like about 4 or 5 years prior to that. So at that point we had seen all of the works, even almost to the point of like the end of her life. So that's a story for another day.
Mm-hmm.
But so that was the turning point. She started working out with me in the gym because after I graduated from high school, I got into the gym heavy because I wasn't playing basketball anymore. So I needed something else to like latch on to and just to put all of that energy into. And so then when we started training together, like I really started to see her gain her strength. She started gaining flexibility. She started, just her energy and her mood was a lot better, bright, and you could just tell that she had regained better quality of life.
Right. So
it was good for me to see, and I think the biggest thing was that at that point I wasn't a trained trainer. I wasn't like
you was going.
I wasn't
school
certified.
Yeah.
I was getting a certification, but I'm in school for engineering.
Right.
Okay. So let's get that very clear.
She got her multitasking skills from her mama too.
I am not a Kines major, and just for people who maybe want to go in fitness, you don't have to be a Kines major.
No.
To be a personal trainer.
Right.
Okay. You just have to know. It doesn't matter where you get your certification from either. You just have to know how to make individualized workouts for people, be understanding, and know how to if you can get the results and help people reach their goals, that's all that matters, right? So yeah, like that was a complete shift, and everything for us was baby steps, baby steps. We did not go in and her first day, well, let's just do all of this crazy stuff. No, it was stuff she wanted to do, and I was like, no, you're not doing it, and I don't care what you say, it's not happening. She was ready to go already, get on stomachs, baby girl, baby girl.
I was like, let me do that right now.
I'm like, baby, your knees, they aren't ready. They aren't ready. Go get on that treadmill. Thank you, ma'am. While I go over here and lift my weights, and I come back and get you. Like it all started as baby steps, and over time, it was like, okay, she started going from like, okay, I could do 5 pounds. Okay, now I can do 8, 10. Okay, and then she started bench pressing, y'all. Like she could barely lift the bar the first time we tried to get down form, so we had to take it down. She got up to like, she almost could have a 25 on both sides, which it may not seem like a lot,
but it was a lot.
That was a lot, because like a lot of people don't realize you can look at people and they can seem like she can seem so lively, right?
Oh my
God. So like she got all this energy, right? But in the reality of the situation is this entire side of her body right now, even in this pain, is in pain and is on fire. So it's like, you know, it's crazy to see like just how much she has grown, just by incorporating just physical activity.
Right.
And honestly, this interview was really to inspire, so you can get to know more about her, because she's always behind the scenes. But a lot of people have been requesting, all her little friends have been requesting to see her face. So I said I'm gonna do some videos with her, and before we start doing like some little fitness videos and more like story times, I wanted y'all to get a good understanding of like her background, what she had going on with the autoimmune disease. And
I'm not gonna be coming in her lives and all that going hard. Y'all gonna see me struggling, honey, because she got a struggle.
She tried to get in a live. When was it? About 2 days ago.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, y'all, like, stuff. I don't even know what the day was. Wednesday, she tried to get in a live and do some Russian twists, and she was over there struggling.
This right side.
Knowing she not supposed to be doing no type of twisting. So I think the biggest thing is, you know, guys, no matter what you have going on, always be willing to try. Be patient with yourself. I think that's the biggest thing, and truly enjoy the process.
Yes.
I think don't get caught up in aesthetics. Be happy when you go like, oh my gosh, I couldn't lift 5 pounds last week.
Small milestone is the best.
Drop that was the moment.
Yes, you have to appreciate the small moments. In physical therapy, it was in training and getting back and becoming more physical. The small moments or the small victories is what propelled me or pushed me to do more. I wanted to do more. I never wanted to quit. I would get mad at her if she would come in and say, well, we're not going to the gym today.
For real.
We're not going.
I got things to do today.
I thought, why we not going? And so, you know, it got to the point was, you know, going to working out with her was the highlight of my day. I look forward to it because doing those workouts and with her, it put me in such a positive mood that I didn't really think about the pain that I was feeling. I was just glad to be, you know, either jogging in place or doing the high knees or just trying to touch my knees, you know, the little exercises, because that was something even 3 months ago or 6 months ago, a year ago, I wasn't able to do. And now I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can do this. And when she would want to go, y'all, it would break my heart. But I would have to, it would break my heart.
Like, you had like, we not going to go like
But she would take me to lunch or something, you know, buy me a smoothie. So it was all right. But we would go the next day. She never missed, did 2 days in a row.
Yeah, I probably had school or was doing something with Stephen Job.
Yes. But that's the general.
But yes, but I think it was good. I think, you know, the whole, like I said again, the whole purpose of this is so you can understand her condition.
Right.
It's to encourage people who may also have a condition how adding physical activity to your daily routine is not just important for, like, we talking about how she grew with her physical health, but also your mental and emotional stability.
Yes.
Because the reality is, mental, like, until you conquer here,
yes,
you really, all of this that you're doing here doesn't really matter. You know, so it's important to work out, to exercise, no matter how little it may seem to you. It's a big thing.
It is.
It's a big thing, and you have to just learn to love every second of that process. So, Mom, do you have any closing words before we wrap up this video? And if hold on. If y'all want a part 2 of me and y'all know who, let your girl know in the comment section. I don't even think I said like, comment, and subscribe.
Y'all know y'all want to see me.
Say like, comment, or subscribe.
They want to see me. They want to see me. They definitely want to see you, because, honey, her thick thighs, they save lives.
Yeah, my thighs not as thick no more. That's okay.
That's all right, though, because, honey, she going to help me build a booty, or I'm going to buy one. I'm just saying, I need that in my life. I feel like,
why do women want to do this?
Because it's not directly proportionate. Y'all see this right here?
Okay, she getting off topic. What's your last words, Lord?
My last word for anyone that is suffering with any type of condition, really, but specifically
looking over there 'cause you know that's what
an autoimmune disease. Anybody, you know, I want you to know that there is a brighter side to that darkness that you are seeing. And physical activity, if you can bring yourself to do that, even walking, even getting up and going to the park and walking, you know, just try to do a quarter a mile, a half a mile. That was my goal, to do a half a mile a day. You wouldn't believe the amount of contentment and happiness it's going to give you, it's going to make you feel like, well, gee, I was able to do that, and I wasn't able to do that the other day, but I did it today. And it's going to, like I said, it's going to push you forward to want to do more, and it's going to get you out of that funk, out of that deep, dark place that you're in, and it'll allow you to see, you know, some positive rays of sunshine to come in. It'll make you want to do more. It'll make you want to, you know, give yourself another shot. Like, don't just give up because the doctor says this is what you have. And you know, that worked for me. And I'm praying, I'm hoping that it'll work for you guys too if you suffer with something like this, because you know, autoimmune disease, they weigh heavily on your mental. I cannot stress that enough. And it is proven that physical activity increases your serotonin levels, which means that it makes you happier. It elevates your mood. So, you know, I would suggest doing that. And that's my closing remark. You know, just start. Just start. Just a little bit. Just start if you can. And it's great if you have a supporting person in your life that's going to not necessarily just push you out there and just throw you and just say, oh, do this, do that. But that person is willing to walk with you. She walked with me through my struggles. It wasn't good every day, but it's great to have a support system if you have it. But if you don't, honey, let us be your support system. I will go out and walk. She can video me walking or whatever. I will walk with you because I know how important it is to have that support system. So yeah, we'll go into it a little bit more only if y'all request it.
On another part two.
I'll give y'all some more tips and tricks to help y'all.
All right. Thank you for those closing remarks, and thank you for being here, even though you live with me. We live together.
We do, and it's so much fun. Don't be acting
like I'm back from college. Y'all quarantine. I'll be like, oh, Jesus, I love my family, but I got to get out of here.
She joke.
I'm joking, y'all. I'm anti-social. Like, it ain't nobody's business. Okay. So it'd be good for me to be back home with family because I know I love my family. And yeah, that is the end of this video. I forgot to say in the beginning, but please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Cause y'all already know we on a road to 100 subscribers and we finna get that thing. Yeah. All right, so we done. If you guys have any questions for my mom, make sure you drop them in the comments below. Right. Spam up the comment section below. If y'all want to see any more content for her, let me know so we can get it on here for you guys. You know, this is a family. I already told y'all we getting personal. This ain't your regular fitness channel. So, you know, stay tuned with me. Make sure you follow both of our Instagram accounts, and I'm going to tag both of our Facebook accounts down below. Follow us. Join the family if you're not already a part of the family. And that's it, EBL Squad. We about to get up out this thing. Peace.